mama da da ni kama ni da ni sa kama da ni sa ma da da ma ni da sa ni ga da ni ma da ni mama da da ni kama ni da ni sa kama da ni sa ma da da ma ni da sa ni ga ni ba da no me.
Here comes Srimati Saraswati Vidyardhi. She could walk into all of our hearts through her mellifluous singing, particularly the songs on Guruji. Today, as an author, her book is going to be released. The book is on Nedanodi Krishnamurti Garu's Guru. Isn't it, sir? Padma Bhushan Sripada Pinakapani Garu. Isn't it, sir? So, about his unique personality, our Saraswati has written a book. Saraswati herself has written a book. How does it sound to you? So, I would request our dear LVS to release the book. Please, sir. The book is published by Sivananda Sripada Foundation, so that makes it very special.
Sir, close.
It's now time to felicitate the author, Srimati Saraswati Vidyardhi. I fondly remember one of the jokes of Guruji when Srimati Saraswati and her husband Vidyardhi were there. Sir, she is Saraswati, but he is only a Vidyardhi. Just to come out with something like that. That enchanting voice of Saraswati girl.
Pranams at the feet of Puja Guruji. Our chief guest, the morning session, Sri Raman Puriji, Raghavan Uncle, Chairman of the Sripada Foundation, Raj Garu, Hanumantrao Garu, my teachers in the audience. I have one in the first row and one in the last row, to both of them, and friends. I stand before you to say a few words about Dr. Sripada Pinakapani Garu, whose book has been just now released at these days. It's so strange that I have been picked for this item of work because I enjoy a very distinct connection with Sripada Pinakapani Garu. I have not had the good fortune of learning music with him, but it was my illustrious father who once rang me up and told me that Sripada Pinakapani Garu's books are getting printed in Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam, and for some unknown reasons they are getting delayed. So can you please do something about it? That's the request which my father, he always made requests, he never honored me. That was one issue with him. So I politely declined that and said, you yourself have a lot of connections. Why don't you take it up? I told him. Because he knew the then executive officer, Sri M.V.S. Prasad. So I thought he can himself do it because I didn't know anything about music. Few months later, very unfortunately, I lost my father. And then I started recollecting what are the things which he wanted me to accomplish and which I have not attended to. Immediately, Sripada Pinakapani garu occurred to me. So I picked up my officer and told him that we are going to Kurnool to meet Sripada Pinakapani garu. I didn't have his address, so I went there, and I had with me a sports officer. So I told him we have to locate Dr. Sripada Pinakapani. So we were searching all over the place in Kurnool. Finally, we could manage to visit thanks to his son's address. And when we went to the door and he opened the door, it was Dr. Sripada Pinakapani who opened the door for us. And this sports officer with me said, "Sir, Veera sir, Veeramadi." I said, "Avanti, Pinakapani." I am a bodybuilder, sir. I am Sangita sir, he told. I was astonished. So then Pinakapani took me inside. He was with his walker, and then I saw Dr. Saraswati Vidyardhi there. She was with him. He ran a Gurukulam. He never charged 1 rupee for teaching music. So he took me inside, so full of affection, and then he spent some time reminiscing about my father's association with him. And then he told me, "Naina, I got this books ready, Sangita Saurabham, చాలా కష్టపడి రాశాను, దాని ప్రూఫ్ కూడా చాలా జాగ్రత్తగా తప్పులన్నీ దిద్దాను. నేను ఎప్పుడు వెళ్ళిపోతానో నాకే తెలియదు. నేను వెళ్ళే లోపల పుస్తకాలు ముద్రితం అయితే మంచిది, అందుకు నువ్వు ఏదైనా చేస్తే బాగుంటుంది." That's a kind of command that I received, and later, thanks to Lord's blessings, the books were ready. That was one association with him. The second time, when he turned 99, I received an invitation to visit his place. I was that time the executive officer TTD. So I went up to him and gave prasadam. Maladi brothers were there. They told me, "Sir, మీరు కొంచెం గట్టిగా గురువు గారికి చెప్పాలి, 100 సంవత్సరాలు ఆయన ఉండాలి, ఆయన ఎప్పుడు వెళ్ళిపోదామా అనే దృష్టితో ఉన్నారు, మీరు గట్టిగా చెప్పాలి." Because I was representing Lord Venkateshwara. That was my position, that's all, nothing beyond. So I went up to him and said, మనకి ఆధ్యాత్మిక రంగంలో పరమాచార్య వారు 100 సంవత్సరాలు ఉండి మనల్ని ఆశీర్వదించారు. సంగీత ప్రపంచంలో మీరు అలాంటి స్థాయికి చెందినవారు, కాబట్టి మీరు 100 సంవత్సరాలు ఉండాలండి, మమ్మల్ని అందరినీ ఆశీర్వదించాలి. Please believe me, he took it very seriously. He exactly survived his 100th birthday. And then I was still there in EO as EO. One fine day we had a board meeting. Lunch time lo appadiki marchipoyanu nenu జ్ఞాపకం వచ్చి శ్రీపాద పినాకపాణి గారి 100వ పుట్టినరోజు అండి. తిరుమల తిరుపతి దేవస్థానం ఆయన్ని సన్మానం చేయాలి అని మా చైర్మన్ గారికి చెప్పారు. చైర్మన్ గారు, బోర్డు ఇతర డైరెక్టర్లు అందరూ చుట్టూ కూర్చున్న వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా వాళ్ళందరూ వెంటనే, "అయ్యో చెప్పండి, మీరు ఏం చేద్దాం అనుకుని చెప్పండి, మనం చేద్దాం" అన్నారు. సో ఆయనకప్పుడు 10,10,116 రూపాయలు బహుమానం ప్రకటించడం జరిగింది. తిరుమల తిరుపతి దేవస్థానం పక్షాన నేను వెళ్ళి, ఆ రోజు నేను నా సతీమణితో పాటు ఇద్దరు కూడా వెళ్ళి వారికి నమస్కారం చేసుకుని వారికి కానుకగా ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. ఈ 3 రకాల పరిచయాలు వారితో ఉండడం వల్ల కావచ్చు, సరస్వతి విద్యార్థి గారు నన్ను జ్ఞాపకం చేసుకుని ఈ సభలో పాల్గొనవలసిందిగా కోరారు. Sripada Pinakapani is such a great musician, but before that, he was a celebrated physician. In Andhra Medical College and King George Hospital, as Principal Secretary of Medical and Health, I was told that he would be walking in the ward and smell the disease of the patient. He doesn't even have to look at one report. He would just smell and tell what is the problem with a particular patient. That is the generation of the physician. And he would be singing to glory and walking in the verandas and walking around the hospital. And he would not charge anybody for his music. As a matter of fact, when I went to his residence, they showed me all the demand drafts sent by All India Radio to Sripada Pinakapani for his programs. They were all destroyed. They were not cleaned. He didn't charge 1 rupee from the students. He never charged for his music. He always thought that it was his mission to spread music. అందుకనే Several things I've talked about him. His the way he tuned Annamacharya Kirtana or Kshetraya Padalu, or the way he brought the Tanjavur Bani. If Susalla Dakshinamurti Senior was the first one who brought Tyagaraja's glory to Andhra, I think the next person who did that was Dr. Sripada Pinakapani. And the kind of students that he produced is absolutely mind-boggling kind of a contribution. That individual, since he was so self-effacing, he never went around marketing himself. Our state has not recognized him adequately. Though I must say it goes to the credit of the government of that time that they sent their cabinet minister to Sripada Pinakapani's house to give him, to present him a golden bracelet. And that was presented to him. And that day afternoon itself, his elder son came to me, took me aside and said, నాన్నగారు మీకు ఒక విషయం చెప్తున్నారంటే కొంచెం దయచేసి మీతోనే ఉంచుకోండి. ఏమిటంటే ఇవాళ వచ్చిన కానుకలు నాన్నగారు తిరుమల తిరుపతి దేవస్థానం హుండీలో వేసామన్నారండి. కాబట్టి త్వరలోనే నేను కానీ మా తమ్ముడు కానీ వస్తాం, దయచేసి మీరు సహకరిస్తే మేము వెళ్ళి దాన్ని హుండీలో వేసేస్తాం. సో ఈ నెవర్ వాంటెడ్ golden bracelet given by the state, the money that was given. He was such a selfless soul. ఆయనకి లభించిన బంగారు పథకాలన్నీ కూడా చక్కగా వాటిలన్నింటినీ కరిగించి రాముల వారికి కానుకగా తీసుకెళ్లి భద్రాచలంలో ఆయన హుండీలో వేసేసారు. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ వెరీ ఫిట్టింగ్ that when we are talking about our the theme of this seminar, when we are talking about the Amrit Kal period and how we should all be talking about our own Bharatiyata, here is one such representative who epitomized the values which have to be associated with music. How music was an important vehicle for individual progress. How music was a binding factor in the society. Such was the contribution of Dr. Sripada Pinakapani. Lastly, Andhra Music Academy, I am a member of that now and maybe I have become the president also, I don't know. The Andhra Music Academy, the first award of Sangita Vidyardhi was conferred on Dr. Sripada Pinakapani. So I thank Dr. Saraswati Vidyardhi for giving us an opportunity to remember that great soul, and may his example, may reading of this book and students who use this book can prosper and take the same line of practicing Carnatic music. I thank Sri Ramanan for this opportunity of saying a few words about Sripada Pinakapani. Thank you.
That was easily the best speech I have ever heard at a book release function. So that was really useful. He simply gave us a true biography of a great soul. That was very, very nice of you, LBS. We all knew him, knew Sripada Pinakapani, but as an individual, from what you spoke, he was an institution. That's what you made us realize. Thank you very much for that.
Nirano